You've been watching the wrong company this whole time. While Elon Musk was selling hype on stage and picking fights on Twitter, Honda was building the one thing that could destroy Tesla's entire future. Silently, methodically, and with terrifying precision. This isn't just a rivalry, it's a reversal. The boring brand just exposed Tesla's greatest weakness. And it wasn't range or speed or even tech. It was trust. The battery that doesn't degrade. The car that charges in 10 minutes. The company that never made promises, just progress. So, why did Elon completely lose it in a private meeting with Honda? Why are regulators, investors, and even Tesla's loyal fans starting to walk away? And most importantly, what happens to your future if the EV king actually falls? The moment Elon snapped. What was supposed to be a routine strategic discussion between Tesla and Toyota executives turned into a full-blown psychological breaking point for Elon Musk. According to multiple insider sources, Elon agreed to attend what was framed as a collaboration proposal, a courtesy meeting with Koji Sato, Toyota's CEO, who had previously maintained a cordial business relationship with Tesla. Honda's representatives were present, and that's where the real story began. As the presentation unfolded, Sato laid out the future of mobility, not just electrification, but total battery transformation. Honda, in collaboration with Toyota, had cracked the long-awaited solid-state code. Their new battery prototype could deliver faster charging times, lower degradation, significantly greater range, and none of the lithium, cobalt, or nickel supply chain nightmares that Tesla's business model depends on. What happened next has already become a legend inside both companies, as Sato calmly explained how the new battery tech could be produced at scale by 2027. Elon's posture reportedly stiffened. When the slide comparing degradation curves popped up, showing Tesla's lithium-ion tech declining by over 20% in less than a decade, Elon interrupted, calling the numbers manipulative. When Sato countered with real-world testing data and supply chain projections, Elon snapped. But this was more than a tantrum. This was the start of a war. How Toyota and Honda played the long game. Tesla surged forward with the kind of speed Silicon Valley worships. Disruption first, product second. Toyota and Honda took a different route. Both companies spent decades perfecting the fundamentals of efficient engineering, battery chemistry, and global manufacturing. Instead of chasing headlines, they chased durability. And now, in the middle of a global supply chain crunch, they're sitting on the kind of strategic advantage Tesla only dreams of. Toyota, the father of the hybrid revolution, and Honda, the master of internal combustion refinement, saw the EV wave coming. But they didn't panic. They understood that lithium-ion was a bridge technology, not a destination. While Tesla was boasting about full self-driving and cyberpunk trucks, Japanese engineers were quietly prototyping a battery that could change everything. They knew that government subsidies and venture capital wouldn't last forever. They bet that eventually, real-world performance, consumer trust, and reliable infrastructure would win out. That's why they invested heavily in hybrid systems, hydrogen fuel cells, and now solid-state technology. And that long game is finally paying off. But while Honda took its time building a new battery, Tesla was busy building illusions. Tesla's shaky empire, held together by hype. Tesla's brand has always been its biggest asset, and now it might be its biggest liability. From the long-delayed Cybertruck to the vaporware Roadster, and the never-quite-right full self-driving system, Tesla has made a habit of promising more than it delivers. For years, Elon Musk's charisma and Twitter following papered over missed deadlines, quality complaints, and wild pivots. But consumers are starting to notice. Forums, once filled with eager Tesla fans, now host threads about faulty steering yokes, peeling paint, and software updates that introduce more bugs than they fix. Analysts have documented how Tesla's vehicles often lack basic quality control, misaligned panels, battery inconsistencies, and glitchy user interfaces. While Elon keeps unveiling sleek prototypes and talking about Mars, Honda and Toyota are unveiling mass-market vehicles that simply work. And that's where the real danger lies. If Tesla's products can't match its promises, and its competitors can outperform it without theatrics, then the Tesla story begins to collapse. And when your brand is your product, what happens when both fall apart? We did the research. We connected the dots, and we're not afraid to say what others won't. If you're tired of media fluff and corporate spin, hit that subscribe button right now. The battery that made Elon panic. The electric vehicle race has been dominated by one type of battery, lithium-ion. It powered Tesla's rise, shaped Elon Musk's empire, and fueled Wall Street's dreams of a fully electrified future. But now that entire foundation is shaking. Why? Because Honda and Toyota just unveiled a next-generation battery that makes lithium-ion look ancient. It's called the solid-state battery, and it's not a concept anymore. In 2024, Toyota revealed that its engineers had developed a breakthrough in solid-state technology that could change the automotive industry forever. This new battery doesn't just offer marginal gains, it's a quantum leap. It charges in under 10 minutes. It lasts over 1,000 charging cycles without significant degradation. It boasts energy density up to 3 times higher than conventional lithium-ion batteries. And perhaps most importantly, it can be mass-produced. Honda, which had been quietly investing in battery research alongside its hybrid leadership, stepped forward as Toyota's key partner. Together, these two companies formed a Japanese industrial alliance that is now threatening Tesla's global dominance. By combining Toyota's manufacturing expertise with Honda's hybrid infrastructure, they are poised to flood the market with reliable, affordable, long-range electric vehicles that charge faster than your phone. What makes solid state so dangerous to Tesla is not just performance, it's stability. These batteries don't rely on flammable liquid electrolytes, meaning the risk of thermal runaway, the thing behind most EV fires, is virtually eliminated. They also reduce dependence on cobalt and nickel, which are increasingly expensive and politically volatile. And because solid-state batteries have a simpler internal structure, they are easier to scale up in a factory setting, especially when you already control massive global production facilities like Toyota and Honda do. And that's just the beginning, because as this new battery rises, Tesla's greatest strength is becoming its biggest liability. And that's where the nightmare begins. Tesla's battery crisis, a ticking time bomb. At the heart of every Tesla is a lithium-ion battery pack. It's what made Elon Musk a billionaire. It's what allowed Tesla to deliver staggering performance stats and dominate headlines for over a decade. But now that same technology is unraveling the empire from the inside. Let's talk about degradation. Every lithium-ion battery degrades over time. This is a scientific reality, but Tesla's aging fleet is now revealing how bad it really gets. Many owners report range drops of up to 20% after just 5 years. For long-range Model S owners, that can mean losing over 70 miles of capacity. That's not just inconvenient, it's financially devastating for resale value. Then there's the fire risk. Lithium-ion packs, especially when damaged or improperly cooled, can enter a catastrophic failure state known as thermal runaway. Videos of flaming Teslas on highways have gone viral more than once, and regulators are starting to notice. Insurance companies have already begun raising premiums for electric vehicles because of unpredictable battery incidents. Recycling, it's a disaster. Tesla still lacks a comprehensive plan to recycle its battery packs at scale. Dismantling a Tesla battery is costly, dangerous, and technically complex. Right now, a majority of aging EV packs are either being hoarded or quietly scrapped, sending toxic materials into waste streams and leaving the recycling challenge unresolved. And it gets worse. Cobalt, the rare mineral that makes lithium-ion batteries stable and powerful, comes mostly from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Mining it involves child labor, warlord conflict, and humanitarian nightmares. Every Tesla sold increases global demand for a supply chain that's morally indefensible and geopolitically unstable. And if Tesla's battery strategy looks bad now, wait until you see what it was supposed to power. Why Elon's EV vision was built on a lie. Elon Musk wasn't just a car salesman. He was a prophet of a driverless, all-electric, fully automated tomorrow. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Almost none of it has come true. Let's start with autopilot. Touted as the future of driving, Tesla's driver assistance system has been mired in controversy. There have been crashes, investigations, and lawsuits. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration confirmed over a dozen fatalities where autopilot was active. Musk claimed that full self-driving would arrive by next year, as early as 2016. It's 2025, and Tesla still requires driver supervision. That's not autonomy. That's assisted cruise control with a hype machine. Then there's the robo-taxi fantasy. Elon claimed Teslas would become money-making assets, autonomously chauffeuring passengers while owners slept. Instead, Tesla owners got beta software, phantom braking, and regulatory scrutiny. The U.S. Department of Justice is now investigating Tesla for misleading claims about self-driving capabilities. Multiple states have launched parallel inquiries. And the AI infrastructure. Delays, bugs, and repeated walkbacks. Elon overpromised what Tesla's neural nets could do, and underdelivered. Meanwhile, Toyota and Honda focused on practical, gradual improvements. Adaptive cruise control, lane keeping, safety sensors. Real, deployable tech, not Silicon Valley vaporware. The result? Disillusioned investors, frustrated customers, and a crumbling narrative. Elon didn't just overpromise. He rewrote expectations around a future he knew wasn't ready. But Elon's real blind spot wasn't technology. It was where it all came from. The dirty truth behind Tesla's clean image. Tesla built its brand on sustainability. Zero emissions. Saving the planet. A cleaner future. But look behind the marketing, and the picture gets grim. Start with the supply chain. Lithium, cobalt, nickel. These are not clean materials. Lithium extraction in South America has caused water shortages, ecosystem collapse, and displacement of indigenous communities. Cobalt mining in the Congo is riddled with child labor, violence, and ecological devastation. Nickel refining, especially in Indonesia, is poisoning waterways and accelerating deforestation. And unlike Toyota and Honda, Tesla does not minimize battery use. It maximizes it. Bigger batteries, more range, more cells per car. That means more raw materials, more emissions during production, and a heavier environmental toll long before a Tesla ever hits the road. The company also outsources much of its battery production to China, where coal still dominates the energy grid. So when you charge a Tesla in Beijing or Shanghai, odds are that electricity came from fossil fuels. Meanwhile, Honda and Toyota have quietly invested in smaller, more efficient batteries. Their supply chains are built for hybrid production, less rare earths, fewer emissions, and more ethical sourcing. With solid-state tech on the horizon, they'll soon leapfrog Tesla without carrying the same baggage. And now China is pushing back. Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory faces stricter regulations, slower expansion, and growing pressure from domestic EV brands like BYD and NIO. What once looked like a production stronghold now looks like a geopolitical trap. So if Tesla's house is built on shaky ground, and Honda and Toyota are holding the future, what comes next will decide the war, when the world turned against Elon Musk. For a while, Elon Musk could do no wrong. He was the golden child of Silicon Valley, the face of the electric revolution, the guy who launched rockets into space and memes into stock market frenzies. But by the end of 2024, that global honeymoon came to a crashing end. And not with a bang, but with bans. It all started in Europe, where regulators had grown increasingly frustrated with Tesla's autopilot software and Musk's refusal to comply with local safety standards. Germany, once a promising market for Tesla, publicly warned against the use of full self-driving beta on public roads, calling it reckless and legally non-compliant. In Sweden, Tesla faced union action over Musk's refusal to negotiate with striking mechanics. And in France, media watchdogs launched investigations into Tesla's advertising claims, citing misleading safety and range data. Then came Canada. In early 2025, several Canadian provinces announced partial bans on the Cybertruck. The issue? Weight and safety. The vehicle's angular design and excessive mass were flagged as dangerous for pedestrians, cyclists, and smaller vehicles. Multiple provinces refused to approve it for public roads without modifications. Elon's response? He mocked Canadian regulators on social media, only to see even more provinces join the ban. Japan followed shortly after. Officials expressed concern over Tesla's lack of after-sales support, quality issues, and Elon's erratic behavior. They warned consumers that Tesla's customer service operations were unfit for the Japanese market. Tesla's approval ratings plummeted, and local manufacturers began reclaiming market share. And in the United States, things were spiraling. Elon's acquisition of Twitter, now rebranded as X, had turned into a cultural lightning rod. His platform became a hotbed for conspiracy theories, harassment campaigns, and political flame wars. The Tesla brand was now synonymous not just with technology, but with controversy. Suddenly, Tesla was no longer the future. It was a liability. Governments began looking for alternatives, and so did investors. But while Elon Musk was at war with the world, Honda was doing something very different. But as Elon fought the world, Honda showed the world what comes next. Honda's silent takeover, how they outsmarted Tesla. While Elon Musk chased headlines, Honda chased infrastructure. They weren't tweeting, they were building. In 2025, Honda quietly launched the most strategically advanced electric vehicle rollout in its history. There were no flashy Cybertruck reveals or wild battery day promises. Just a clear, calculated plan and flawless execution. Honda's strategy began with decentralization. Unlike Tesla's reliance on a few massive gigafactories, Honda built regional production hubs in key global markets: Japan, Thailand, India, Mexico, the United States. Each factory was tailored to serve its surrounding market, minimizing shipping costs and insulating the company from global supply chain disruptions. Second came modular architecture. Honda's new EN platform allowed the company to produce multiple EV body styles, from compact sedans to crossovers to commercial vans, using a shared chassis and parts bin. This meant faster production times, lower costs, and greater adaptability to consumer demand. The third pillar, battery research. Honda partnered with GS Yuasa to co-develop next-generation solid-state battery packs. These batteries were lighter, safer, and more durable than anything Tesla had on the market. And unlike Tesla's controversial cobalt-heavy supply chain, Honda's battery tech was designed to use fewer rare earth materials, making it both cheaper and more sustainable. And the best part, Honda's vehicles were winning over drivers. Smooth ride quality, competitive range, affordable pricing, and none of the drama. No recalls, no Twitter scandals, no Elon. And now they're entering the US with a plan Elon can't stop. Elon's meltdown, what he did after the meeting. The meeting between Elon Musk and the leaders of Toyota and Honda was supposed to be a friendly negotiation, a potential partnership discussion between three global players in the electric vehicle space. What actually happened was the beginning of a total unraveling. According to multiple anonymous sources inside Tesla, the aftermath of that meeting triggered an internal crisis, unlike anything the company had seen before. When Elon left the room, furious, humiliated, and visibly shaken, he didn't go back to the drawing board. He went on a rampage. Within 24 hours, several senior engineers were abruptly fired. Some had worked on the 4680 battery program. Others were tied to the delayed Roadster and Semi projects. Elon reportedly accused them of dragging the company down and handing the future to the Japanese. Suppliers received threatening emails. Elon demanded renegotiation of contracts. Some vendors were blacklisted entirely. One longtime battery supplier was cut off mid-project, sparking lawsuits and production chaos. Inside Tesla's design studio, tensions were even worse. Elon scrapped plans for an upcoming Model 2 reveal, declaring it not revolutionary enough. When designers pushed back, he allegedly stormed out of the room and shut down the prototype floor for a week. But even after all that, after the firings, the rants, the chaos, Elon still had one card to play. He would return to the spotlight at the Global EV Expo, ready to reclaim the narrative. Or so he thought. But the worst humiliation was yet to come, the day Honda beat Tesla on stage. The Global EV Expo in San Jose was the largest electric vehicle event of the year. Nearly 100 exhibitors. Over 35,000 attendees. Every major automaker present. Tesla was scheduled to close the day with a keynote presentation. Elon's chance to show the world he was still the one shaping the future. But Honda got the stage first. Their presentation wasn't flashy. No lasers. No over-the-top animations. Just a quiet walk-on by Honda's CEO. A short video reel, and then the prototype. The crowd erupted. On stage was Honda's next-generation solid-state electric vehicle. A mid-size crossover with a 285-mile range, 10-minute charging, and a projected lifespan of over 700,000 miles. It looked clean, sleek, mass production ready. The crowd swarmed the stage. Investors pulled out their phones. Reporters ran to file stories. Then Tesla took the stage. Or rather, tried to. Elon was supposed to unveil the refreshed Model 3. Instead, a company executive walked out alone. The update was underwhelming. A new front fascia, slightly better range, minor software tweaks. The audience barely reacted. One journalist tweeted, "This isn't innovation, it's desperation." Tesla's stock dropped 8% the following day. And behind the scenes, Honda executives toasted champagne. And what came after? Could kill Tesla's last hope, the end of Tesla's myth, and the rise of real cars. Tesla was never just a car company. It was a movement, a revolution, a cult of personality built around one man, one vision, and one future that always seemed just out of reach. But now the illusion is breaking, and for the first time, reality is catching up. For nearly 2 decades, Elon Musk convinced the world that Tesla wasn't simply a business. It was salvation, a cure for the climate, a software-powered utopia. He didn't sell Model 3s, he sold destiny. But somewhere along the way, that narrative started to collapse. And not because the competition shouted louder, but because they built better. Honda and Toyota didn't win headlines. They won loyalty. While Elon chased hype with self-driving promises and glass-shattering cyber trucks, Japanese automakers doubled down on what mattered: manufacturing, engineering, and scalability. They didn't talk about the future. They built it quietly, piece by piece, while Tesla spiraled into cost-cutting, recalls, and software patches. The myth of Tesla depended on the idea that traditional automakers could never catch up. That only Elon had the vision, the guts, and the genius to lead the electric revolution. But that was never true. Tesla was built on branding, not backbone, on charisma, not chassis. And now the cracks in the foundation are clear. For every one viral tweet Elon sent, Toyota was running trials on solid-state battery prototypes. For every futuristic claim about robotaxis, Honda was expanding its global EV architecture, refining systems in silence. Tesla looked like the future, until real innovation caught up and passed it by. And as the lights dim on Tesla's myth, the spotlight now shifts. But this isn't just a technological reckoning, it's a geopolitical one. Because just as Tesla stumbled, China made its next move. And it changed everything. China's next move, and why it terrifies Musk. Elon Musk has always known how to pick his battles. But the one he can't win? The one that's coming from every direction. China's EV empire. And it's not coming alone. BYD is already beating Tesla in global EV sales. NIO is pushing premium electric sedans that rival anything Tesla makes. XPeng is fusing artificial intelligence with design at breakneck speed. But here's what's different now. These companies are no longer just competing. They're collaborating. And they're not doing it alone. In late 2024, reports surfaced that Japanese automakers, especially Honda, had entered confidential battery research agreements with Chinese tech labs. What started as quiet cooperation on raw material sourcing has evolved into factory co-development, infrastructure integration, and even software compatibility partnerships. China's market dominance in rare earth elements and EV components is being paired with Japan's design precision and reliability. That's a nightmare scenario for Elon Musk. Why? Because Tesla has no backup plan. Its entire supply chain is spread thin, volatile, and increasingly hostile. Musk burned bridges in Germany, lost ground in India, and now faces regulatory headwinds in the United States. Meanwhile, Honda is building battery plants in Canada, designing platforms in Southeast Asia, and preparing to undercut Tesla's entire product line in the United States with cheaper, faster, and better cars. And so Elon did what he always does when the pressure rises. He pivoted. But this time, it might be too late. Elon's last trick. Will it save him or finish him? When Elon Musk is cornered, he doesn't retreat. He performs. He stages the next reveal, the next product tease, the next promise. The question now is whether the world is still listening. In the wake of Honda and Toyota's battery breakthrough and Tesla's market erosion, Elon made a sudden pivot, away from cars and toward what he called the future of everything else. Whispers from inside Tesla's executive circles suggest a coming shift. Tesla will become an artificial intelligence company, or an energy storage company, or maybe a robotics company. Anything, it seems, except what it was built to be. Already, Musk has hinted at licensing Tesla's software to other automakers. There's talk of a new focus on Optimus, the humanoid robot project. Internally, some board members are reportedly pressuring Elon to spin off Tesla Energy as its own division. The idea? If Tesla can't win the car war, maybe it can sell the tools to those who will. But these last tricks come with massive risks. Tesla's identity is still bound to the cars that made it famous. Walking away from them means abandoning its core, its workforce, and its loyal customer base. And if these pivots fail, the brand collapses not just financially, but philosophically. It's a gamble Musk has played before. But this time, the stakes are different. Because now, the competition isn't theoretical. It's parked right next to him on the expo floor. And that brings us to the real battle, the one that will define automotive history. The legacy battle, Honda's rise and Tesla's reckoning. This isn't just about electric vehicles anymore. This is about legacy, about what kind of future we're building, and who gets to build it. On one side, you have Elon Musk, the disruptor, the visionary, the master marketer. Tesla made electric cars cool, futuristic, and fast. It broke through bureaucracy. It humiliated Detroit. It proved that legacy car makers were slow and vulnerable. But in doing so, it became something else. An empire held together by personality more than product. On the other side, you have Honda. Quiet, meticulous, deliberate. No fireworks. No stock rallies. Just steady engineering, methodical rollout, and a plan that spans decades. While Elon was posting memes, Honda was building alliances. While Tesla chased pre-orders for a truck that still doesn't exist, Honda shipped vehicles to 5 continents without delay. The legacy battle is on, and this time, the crowd isn't cheering for the loudest one in the room. So, who's really driving the revolution? If this shocked you, drop a comment below, because we want to hear your take. And if you never want to miss what's really going on behind the headlines, hit subscribe.